Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, Creating in the Waiting. Today, I thought we would play with some of our bits and bobs. So the supplies that I'm using, modify and use what you have. Any type of tickets, labels, scrap papers, anything. So I've had these, and I struggle with using tickets and stuff, but I thought, let's do something with these. So I have these, and then I have these little collage tiles, and sometimes I'll look at them and I'm like, oh, they're cute, but you know, you can make a paper quilt with these. These are Tim Holtz collage tiles. Again, you can just have random pieces of paper. I'm just using these because I want to use them. So I figure we will play with those. In my group, I am rolling out Savage Take 5 Friday, and I feel like we're going to do some type of clusters. So these would technically, these would technically be a cluster. We're going to do paper clusters, fabric clusters, any type of clusters, okay? I might be pulling in some cheesecloth and buttons and such. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of play with these. This is a process video, so I hope you enjoy the process. I am going to be inking, and these just came from, and this could be a very good scrap buster. These just came from random bits that I had over here in my scrap pile. I love numbers, so I love that these have numbers, but again, sometimes I don't know what to do with them other than just sticking them in a pocket, you know? But I feel like this would be kind of cool. And this pretty much is almost my focal point. I could then come with maybe something on it. You know? I feel like I want to use her. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue down to kind of hold these pieces together. I am going to be sewing. Maybe this kind of hanging off, you know, and you could layer these up. I like that. And I think I might want to, and if this was, oh my gosh, my little thing over there closed and it scared the tarnation out of me. You know, you could take your circle punch and do a circle. I think I want cheesecloth underneath one of these little pieces though. Do I want I'm wondering, hold on, I'm so sorry. Again, process. I hope everybody is having an amazing Friday. I am going to have to go take my trash bins down. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's trash day. And then, you know, I hear the little trash guy out there and where's she at? Now, I'm going to make sure I don't sew like straight down her face. I'm going to grab my circle punch too. It's too far over. I like that one there. I'm just going to use her. For some reason, I'm feeling like I don't want to put her on there. Let's It's a way to use your little images. It doesn't have to be from the collage tile, you know? I'm wondering if I don't want a little bit of lace underneath her before I, you know, press all that down. Let me grab a bit of lace. So this little pack came from Two Sister. So I'm just gonna grab some of this lace. Maybe use that throughout here. And then I will straighten that out. Just, you know, trying to put different elements. I'm going to go ahead and sew. See, sometimes I sew that down. I wanted to maybe try to sew with it all together. Just coming over here to my sewing machine. If you have like the little tiny brads, maybe putting just a little brad on there. It doesn't have to have a purpose. Hoping I didn't sew directly down on her face. So we have something like that. And I feel like I might want like a button, a small piece of maybe something there. I do have some little doilies. Let me just see. I feel like a button or something, or even just taking a brad. For some reason, I'm feeling like I want to use these. I'm just opening it on the back. So something like that. And then we'll put another one, you know, up there. Just a different element. So this is kind of like grab your bits and bobs. That's actually pretty cute. All right, so we have that one. I am gonna leave this out because, you know, we might use that. Let's come here to this. Just gonna kind of ink these up. And again, this came from the ticket book. If you have a decorative, like little punch thing, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. If I put, I mean, I might put a little piece of lace there, but I feel like if I put anything else, it'll cover up this entire piece. Let's see if I don't want maybe a little piece of lace. Like I want a bigger piece there. Maybe even like a music sheet or something. I'm feeling like that's too big right now, but I feel like maybe once I feel like I want cheesecloth under this. Put a piece back there. I have these also, but this is kind of the same color, so that would blend in, you know, but you could use those. Looking for a big piece of cheesecloth or something to put underneath that label. I'm just gonna lay it on there and then I'll cut around. And I'm gonna make up, you know, a few of these, and then I'll switch to maybe some fabric stuff. You can do a mixture of fabric, laces, paper. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. I just needed to see what that would look like on top of that. If you haven't joined us on Facebook, I'm gonna link that in the description box below. I started my new flip-flop yesterday, and I'm gonna be working a little bit in that today, I do believe, but I wanted to create my little clusters. I still want to be able to see those numbers and stuff because I'm a weirdo. I might take a book sheet. I'm just going to lay something behind that. Let's see what I want for it to be. So my lovely friend Lori from my Facebook group, well, I met her through the community. She's actually a mod in my group. She was on one of my lives and heard me say, oh my gosh, a tear roller, blah, 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 blah. And she sent me this, and I'm like, where has this been my entire life? I'm going to tear that, of course, a little bit more, but I just didn't want to tear it too much. And it doesn't have to be, wide enough for that entire piece. It can just be poking. Okay, this needs to be way skinnier. I don't know what I'm like messing around here. Let's do it maybe a little bit shorter. Of course, these little scrap pieces I then can use in different collages and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and ink this up. This came via Amazon, so I mean, I'm assuming just look up metal tear ruler. So then you have something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do I want some cheesecloth underneath that? I'm feeling like I want a little bit of cheesecloth, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You know, you can make all of these up and then you can take them and run them through your sewing machine. I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this little bit down. Let's maybe try to move it down a little bit. Typically I'll, you know, put it all down there and see where I want it, but I feel like I'm trying to cut some corners here right now because I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, I need to get these done. And then let's put another, and the reason why it wasn't big enough to begin with is I have this little container of bits and I would like to use those before I start cutting into other things. So I can then come with another piece there. Let's glue this down. Just a little bit of glue, just holding it together because I am going to sew them. And you don't have to glue it at all. You could just run it through your sewing machine. So I'm gonna come with a little stitch there. So then you have one like that. And I really kind of feel like I want to continue to use some of these brads in different places. I have all of these and I like hardly ever use them. Let's use these little kind of darker brown ones. I'm going to set this off to the side. Maybe we can, you can use your owl if you wish. I'm probably gonna regret not doing that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is stop for a second and find my little pokey tool and poke my hole so I don't end up ripping my paper trying to take the little easy route here. I was just kind of looking to see where another one might look good, and I think like right here maybe. If you have the little decorative brads, that'd be cute. So it just adds another little kind of something. So that's another one. Go ahead and ink this. feel like I might want to use this one because I don't know that I like those on there. But that's going to be covered up, so... I'm just going to cut this. It's right there and I'm having a hard time tearing that. I'm feeling like I want a circle or something of some sort. So let's maybe come here with some of our labels. If we have stamps we can use. Let's ink this up. Now really just kind of truly using up some of our scrap pieces. I'm definitely feeling like I want that a little bit longer. I'm feeling like I want to circle, but I'm not liking that one. Let me grab my punch. Maybe we can try some music. I feel like I need to lose that for a second. Bear with me. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm having a hard time holding these together. I'm gonna go ahead and glue that on there. I'm feeling like I want a strip of something there. I'm gonna sew on that. And then after this one, I feel like I'm gonna swipe all of this stuff to the side and maybe work on a couple fabric ones. If you have dies and stuff also, you can use those for little focal points. I'm just literally using, you know, what I have. And kind of just out right here. I'm just going to snip that off. That's cute. And see how sewing on it just kind of changes it. Let me take all of these little scrap papers. I'm gonna take this music sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. And what I should have done, and let me just see what it looks like though, is that a book page, because that's just too much of the same. That's too much of the same. I'll use this on another one. We'll do, you know, one more and we'll try to do it quickly because I do like tearing those, but that's just kind of struggling with that. And maybe we might take one of our little sentiments or something. I need a book page underneath that. I'm gonna go ahead and glue that there. I know I want some cheesecloth, so I am gonna grab that, or a bit of lace. That might have actually worked. No. Sorry, I'm gonna stop being lazy. Just grab a notebook page. It's the way that you can use up your book pages. Oh my gosh, I am not liking anything up underneath that. You know, you don't have to put anything underneath it. Let's see. I want a piece of my doily. Give me that. Okay, I like this. Wow, I'm struggling with this one. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. We're gonna put something here. I'm gonna go ahead and sew. Maybe we might want to stamp. I have some fabric stamps. Let me just see what a fabric stamp might look like. And if not, we can just use a paper one. It's not a big deal. Especially if I can't find one that I like. Okay. So I honestly really kind of like that. So I am going to try, where are my pinking shears? And let's put a little piece of cheesecloth. I'm going to glue my cheesecloth down. Do I want another one? I don't know that I like how tilted that is. Maybe I want another one up underneath that. I'm just going to lift that some. I'll cut that as I need to. I don't even like that. I'm going to move on from this. Or do I want it on top? Okay. I'm gonna have to revisit that because I feel like it looks very cluttered. I'm really feeling like I want to use these. I don't hardly ever use stamps. I feel like that's why I'm kind of struggling with those being on there. That's just too much. I wonder what a little brad would look like down here. Okay, I like that. Guys, we are at 40 minutes. Okay. These are actually pretty stinking cute. All right, and then you know you have some of those made up. I'm gonna switch this off to the side. I do want to make maybe some little fabric ones. Let's just see, or you know, little lace bits. And I'm gonna be honest, I really just kind of want to use my word sentiments. So let's just I know I want to use some of that blue lace that I got yesterday. And maybe I'm going to take that cheesecloth. I'm just going to grab a few bits and then I'm going to close this up. I'm honestly probably only going to make one of these up right now. I made some clusters yesterday. I'll give you an example. So like this cluster here, and I put it on a paper clip. So it's an altar little paper clip. Where is that little bin? I made these live in my Facebook group, so I'll link it in the description box like that. And then these I just sewed the little button on, so there's no gluing for this. And then sewed that little button on. So those are little clusters. They're just shabby little clusters. Let's take some of that blue lace, because I know for a fact I'm gonna want one of these in my journal. Let's take creative. So these are little fabric sentiments. I have a YouTube tutorial going over how to print on fabric. I also go over all of this in my group. I also make these and sell these. But I will always, because I know a lot of people don't have time, a lot of people don't have the means to do it, but I want to offer, you know, if you would rather make your own, this is how we can do it, you know. Just kind of layering some stuff and seeing what I like. I want this cheesecloth a little bit smaller, and I'm probably going to put a small little embellishment on it, maybe a button or something. I'm just kind of wanting this to peekaboo through. And I'm using like gold thread. It'll be fine. And I'm just gonna sew this together. And these are the colors that I'm using in my journal anyways, so it'll all match. So you have, you know, a little cluster like that. And I feel like I do maybe want a bow or... I feel like I have, sorry, I feel like I have no, I feel like I have a little blue bow. Let's see what a little blue bow would look like. I don't like that blue with that blue. I want to grab a little doily. gonna grab some of my favorite, if I can find them immediately. Oh, well, these are little. Maybe this will be good on it because they're uber tiny. But I do have my favorite little two sister doilies. Okay, everything's wanting to stick to my fingers now. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I'm wondering if I don't want a button instead of that bow. Okay, bear with me. So a button would be super cute also. I feel like that's too big there, and I feel like I do want those on my, I feel like I want to layer that up. I want that on. I'm going to make some more shabby clusters today. When I get off of here, I'm going to pop over to my Facebook and make up some shabby clusters maybe. But I do need to start working on this new journal. I feel like I like either that button or this bow. I'm gonna put the bow because I'm gonna want to thread that button, and I'm not digging anything else out right now. I literally have a mess surrounding me. So then you have a little fabric lace cluster there. All right, so fun. A way to use up your bits and bobs. Again, they don't have to be the Tim Holtz little pieces, but I have tickets and stuff. Any type of tickets, any type of, I mean, anything you can use. Grab your scraps, your bits, bobs, buttons, bows, lace, cheesecloth, and just do it. The little brads, look at that. You know, didn't really have a purpose other than they look really cute. And that one actually came out pretty cute. Okay, so we have these. I can't believe I literally only made up 3. I was like overthinking the tar out of that one. So thank you guys for your patience. Please find me on Facebook, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and comment so that I know that you're here. Be blessed and create what brings you joy. Bye.